Hi there, everybody. I'm Jennifer Angel. Okay, so this is my report for the week of February the 6th, and I'm using my virtual Beverly Hills background. You've probably seen this in movies, since it's literally just down the street, a couple of blocks away from me. So anyway, I thought it was a bit of fun. I hope you enjoy it for something different. Okay, so let's get started. This is a big week. It's a great week, actually. And right on the 5th of February, we have the full moon in Leo. So that's a great way to start this week, because the full moon in Leo is really about recognizing what's working. And this report also is on my website, jenniferangel.com, in the horoscope page. So I'm going to be sort of reading it and then embellishing on it, but you can, pick it up there when you go to have a look at your weekly horoscopes, okay? Okay, so I love this for lots of reasons, because it really helps you to realize what's going on with you, okay? I mean, you can get realizations through that just says, hey, you know what, this is just not working for me. And it hasn't been working for me for some time. And so guess what? It's just time to let it go. On the other hand, you can say, this is really good. I'm making good decisions. This is working for me. Either way is good, okay? Because if it's working for you, you get that realization, you can sort of move forward. If it's not, then yeah, you can start to notice that. And you can make a decision. And so it's the decisions in life that really change our life. I mean, there's the thought and the imagination and the creativity, getting it into place, but really once you sort of make a decision, that's when life can change, and that's when you can start to move forward. So, and after the full moon energy is a perfect time to do this, because once the moon is full, and I always say to people, like, if you're wanting to do a love spell, so to speak, you want to do it like in between the new moon and the full moon, okay? So that's like the perfect time to do that, because the moon then is waxing and it's getting larger, and then things can come to you. But after the full moon, it starts to wane and diminishes. So that's a good time to just simply say goodbye, goodbye to people, things, situations, goodbye to things that say, you know what, this is just not working for me. And you know what, it hasn't worked for me for a long time. So why are you holding on to it? That's a question you need to ask yourself. And during this time, as I'm saying, you can really get some good realizations about that, okay? And and just like a little side note here, I just had a group session with someone about breathing, to do some breath work, and I can't tell you how amazing that was. It was just yesterday, so it was right on this time leading up to the full moon, and I went back to a situation with my brother when I was a teenager, and I asked for forgiveness, and I felt him hugging me and just saying, you're my baby sister. I just love you. It was so transformational, I can't tell you. So, during this time, if you're not meditating, I know that's not for everyone, then you want to get in and you want to do some breath work, just like, in and out. And keep doing that. Just keep doing that like 20 times, and sit in silence. It's great to take you into your meditation. But the point is, with this full moon, then it's a really good time to do that. Because then right at the start of this week, things sort of layer on top of each other, always with a reading. That's why I love doing chart work. But right at the start of this week, the communication planet Mercury will sextile Neptune. Okay, so this is going to indicate that opportunities are on the way. That's what a sextile is. It opens up for opportunities, okay? And as the interaction is with Neptune, Neptune is the planet of inspiration and imagination, it's like fanciful, it's sort of visualizing. And so this week you can really put things together, and things that you've perhaps been mulling over now right through January at the start of this year, thinking, I know this is the time to set my goals. I know it's the time to sort of, step forward and, get organized, get my thoughts organized, what it is that I want. And, sometimes we can be in a little bit of a flux, particularly if we're wanting to let go of things and introduce new things. It takes a little time to come to terms with that. So, this week with what's going on in the star pattern, it's going to help that. It's going to be a great time to do that. So you want to sort of do the breathing, sit quietly, do walking if you want, even if you're taking your little dog out for a walk. I remember I used to do that with my little yogi, bless his heart. He went to the Rainbow Bridge a few years ago now. So, meditation doesn't always have to be sitting there, I mean, it's great if you can, and you can get really deep, but just to do some walking meditation in silence. This is a great time to sort of get that into your routine, your daily routine, okay? All right, so let's get back onto it. So get it down on paper, make decisions. So this is especially powerful as Mercury is in Capricorn, which is an ideal time for business matters, all right? And as Neptune resides in the sign of Pisces, it's going to make it easier for us to just get into that inner self and listen to that voice that inspires you, your intuition, or your inner wisdom, or that gut feel, whatever you want to call that, okay? And this causes it to be highly positive interaction between these planets, because it just helps you uncover and get in touch with things that you may have even forgotten about, or just been lying there dormant, like my experience with my breath work that took me back to when I was 16, quite a few years ago now. So it's going to be great for everybody, not just Capricorn and Pisces, okay? Because that's where the energy sits, and that's where the vibratory energy takes on. But then it goes out to everybody in a different area of your life, and that's highlighted from your sun sign, and it's also highlighted in your personal chart. Okay, so midweek, another sextile, another great fortunate interaction, okay? And this time it's between the beautiful Venus and Uranus. Now, whatever happens with Uranus is a planet of development, so it can, of sudden developments rather, so it can literally just take you by surprise. So you want to keep your schedule a little flexible over this time, and especially as Venus sits in Pisces, and Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So you've got like a whole relationship, love, vibratory energy going on underneath here. But it can relate to any relationship. It doesn't have to, be a love, intimate relationship. However, saying that, if you are looking for love or wanting to change your love situation in some way or develop it, then guess what? It can happen this week and during, and sort of kick off and trigger off from this vibratory energy. So once again, keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and be prepared to make a few compromises along the way, small ones. You don't want to compromise so much in any relationship that it takes you so far out of your own value system, because that then causes other issues, But I really do believe that, sometimes we just have to make small compromises because we're all different. So for us to be able to fit in together, so be prepared to do that. Sometimes we just need to do that to get the desired result that we want, okay? All right, so moving towards the end of the week, Mercury, a lot going on with Mercury. And let's not forget, Mercury, just to reiterate, governs communication, creativity, education. The three big ones. It also brings in it brings in siblings, it brings in small trips, but the three big ones for Mercury, to me anyway, communication, education, and creativity. A lot of learning and knowledge comes automatically, with the Mercury energy. So Mercury is going to conjunct Pluto. Now, the conjunction means that they're at the same degree or very close degree. Usually, excuse me, usually a conjunction between planets are in the same sign, but not always. Sometimes it can be in a different sign. It can be a conjunction out of sign. In this case, Mercury will conjunct with Pluto in Capricorn, and which is the area of business and establishment, getting things done, longevity, and it'll also, as Mercury at the end of this week is going to make his move into Aquarius, and because Pluto is also getting ready to make his monumental move into Aquarius in March, and then it's going to retrograde a little bit and go back in there properly right at the start of 2024. But yeah, as this is happening, the degrees are very close. So therefore, Mercury will conjunct with Pluto in Capricorn and also in Aquarius. So what does this mean, you might ask? All right, so great things can happen when these two planets come together, regardless of where they are, because let's not forget that Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Mercury, as we know, is the planet of creativity, communication, and education. So once again, it's about delving into our inner self, and that's what Pluto helps us do. It helps us just get in touch, dive deep and sort of uncover. And so my experience that I had with my brother going back when I was 16, that was very much Pluto energy, just sort of diving in and releasing that energy. And be prepared. It's very emotional. I mean, I was sobbing when I went into that space, and so, which is great because it's like touches you when you like that. It touches you at that really depth and like helps to just like release it. I mean, to think I've been holding on to that all these years. Of course, I'm not going to divulge to you actually how many years. You can take your guess on that, but I'm a Capricorn, so we tend to sort of age well, thankfully. So right, so once again, as I said, it's about diving deep and finding out more of who you are, who you really are. And a lot of my work in astrology is helping people do that, just helping people get in touch with who you really are, because I really have a deep sort of belief, and my vision is to help people to do this, because I really believe that the more that you can connect with yourself and love, honor, and own who you are, the good, the bad, the icky, the beautiful, then the less we're going to attract other people to shine the light and mirror that for us to work through the lessons. Okay, so the more that we can do it for ourselves, within ourselves, the more that we can attract people who just bring us love and connect with the love part of ourselves. So yeah, I feel very strongly about that, and more my work is centered around that, and it's just beautiful. So this particular transits that's going on this week is going to help you do that, help you to open that inner door for you to be able to express yourself, because it's time to take a stand. Ignore what other people think you should be, do, and have. Ignore what other people think they know what is best for you, because guess what? You are the only one that really knows what is best for you. Okay. And we all know that deep down. It's just that we have to get in touch with it. And yeah, it can take some work to do that. Okay. So you've got to be open to doing the self-development work. No one can do this for you. Okay. It's like you know, someone might buy you a gym membership. They're not going to go to the gym for you. You have to go and do it yourself. You know, I've tried that. It doesn't work. You know, so you know, the combined energy of this whole week, really, particularly you know, particularly this Pluto Mercury energy, it really helps to give you courage, because Mercury is powerful, it's potent. It gives you the courage to override what others think is best for you, and for you to just take a stand and be true to you. And wow, that's truly powerful, right? Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the session. I hope you've enjoyed my Beverly Hills background, and please let me know. Please let me know how life is for you, what's going on, and I love to hear from you. And of course, please subscribe and share. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you showing up and listening and following me, and that's why I'm here to, you know, give you my insights and information. So I hope you're enjoying it. Thanks so much. Have a great week.